In this Battletech battle group build vlog, I want to jump in with the Phoenix Hawk. So what I've been doing is building a new Battletech battle group. If you're new to this series, I've been pushing them up to the channel here under both the Battletech playlist and the Battletech build playlist. I'm getting ready to jump into a campaign, numerous battles, head to head, seizing that tabletop glory, that tabletop immortality, and playing with the same battle group over the course of the next couple of months. I needed to make some decisions. I really needed to figure out what I want to play, how we're going to lock these lists in, and what we're going to do. I wanted to kind of flip them a little bit. I wanted to flip this idea in Battletech where certainly the mechs are the focus. They're the narrative, right? Knights of the modern realm. And we're going to have mechs in the list. But I wanted to really leverage vehicles. I wanted to make vehicles the focal point. So tactical-wise, what we normally see in Battletech, or most of the time, is if you're playing combined arms, mechs will be the focus and vehicles will be secondary and supporting the mechs. I'm doing the exact opposite. I'm making the vehicles the primary focus, and the mechs are going to support the vehicles. So most of my battle value is going to be put into vehicles with the remainder for mechs. We're exploring the Phoenix Hawk because one of the decisions that I need to make was I need to bring mechs that can take advantage of opportunities created by the vehicles. Now, what does that mean? I don't really know what that means in terms of exact situations until they happen. What that means is if I have my primary group of tanks and they're just working together, they're situated 5 to 6 hexes in that group, and they're blasting away, and they blast away a target, and let's say it's a vehicle. They blast away a vehicle, the vehicle becomes immobilized, takes some critical hits, maybe loses a weapon. I need to finish that vehicle off. But the main battle group of tanks, they can't slow down, right? They need to keep on pushing forward, pushing that mass of PPCs and other long-range weaponry and short-range punch forward. I need something to finish off that vehicle. That's where the mechs come in. Or another example might be this idea that my vehicles are really punishing my opponent. They target a mech, they cause some damage, the mech gets the arm blown off, takes some internal damage, is now working to the flanks, trying to regroup or pull away from the primary fight. I need something that can go off and finish that mech. I guess the analogy would be like a shield wall of shields and spears pushing forward. Well, as that wall pushes forward, what happens to the downed soldiers behind them? There's a few spearmen left behind to take care of that. That's the opportunity that I'm looking for. Now, the Phoenix Hawk, it looks really cool. It's an awesome mech, but I'm not just playing it for the looks, although that helps. I'm playing it because there are certain machines at every weight and class level that are just solid. They're just solid. They just work, right? Some machines tend to work better in a certain environment or a certain setup, specialization. The Phoenix Hawk, whatever situation it finds itself in, it might not be the best, but it can definitely hold its own. We see that for a medium mech, battle value, good armor, great speed and mobility for the tonnage. You've got a large laser, which, yes, of course, I'd like a PPC, but we're saving some tonnage. We're saving some heat. You've got a large laser. That's still got significant bite. On top of that, you've got the medium lasers, and you've got the machine guns. So it can engage a variety of targets and bring those weapons to bear. So this is kind of this great example of a mech that is going to take that historical role that kind of hangs behind the battle group, and as things need to be finished off, it's going to go into play. And if it gets itself in trouble, it can certainly redeploy, use that speed to come back to the core of the vehicles. That's why I'm including the Phoenix Hawk. Now, we've got a couple of other mechs to review. Then we got to finish up with infantry and hovers. Then the entire battle group is going to come together. Then right now what we're looking at is the individual pieces and components, because I want to share with you why I've chosen what I've chosen. And hopefully this exercise you're asking those questions and saying, Fritz, I agree with you. This will work. Or you're saying, this will never work. I will smash through that and destroy you. It's kind of this idea, we talk about wargaming in general, where your opponent pulls out a list of units. There is some sort of tactics, some sort of tactica applied in that list. They're going to try and do something with that list. And one of the things that you need to develop as a tabletop general, whether that's a brother captain or a mech commander, you need to look and say, what is my opponent going to try and do with this list? How are they going to try to utilize it? And you need to stop that. You need to understand the narrative and stop that. So I'm sharing with you this build project so you can see the independent components, not only in Battletech, but as part of a bigger project to see and look and ask yourself, how would I stop this? How would I counter it? So we're going to finish up and eventually look at that. It's all going to come together. And then we're going to start exploring some of the different questions that I have. What if I encounter this type of Battletech build? We've got 6 players so far for the next couple of upcoming games where we're going to be doing this. It might go to 7. It might go to 8. I have an idea of what a few of those mech commanders are going to bring because we play all the time and I know their personality. Like, well, it's too late. I've already committed. But even before I was posting these vlogs, they know, like, look, Fritz is going to have some LRM carriers. He's definitely going to have a Marauder. He's definitely going to have a Warhammer. Probably a longbow is going to show up. No longbow, but I do have an archer. So you just know there's certain things that are going to confront. The things that I know we're going to explore and say, hey, when I come up against these units or I come up against this situation with this list, with this Phoenix Hawk, with these mechs, here's what I'm going to try the operative word, try to do. And this will be a great chance to see, agree or disagree and get into the nuts and bolts because we've got these great Battletech miniatures. We've got this great narrative. We want to translate that into the tactics as best we can on the tabletop.